everyone. Welcome to a new episode of In Other Words with Danielle and Zara.
This is a podcast where we talk about a wide variety of different subjects from high school to TV shows. So in other words, we talk about all the things.
All the things.
Exactly. It's been a while.
Okay. Danielle, how are you?
I'm well. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Glad.
Yeah.
I'm so
And how are
glad.
you?
I'm well. Yes, when we're recording this, I'm 3 weeks into living in a different place, a place that shall not be named. Danielle says we don't talk about that place.
We don't talk
on this
about
podcast.
Yeah.
Don't sing. We're going
Why
to have to pay
not?
for things that we don't own. Anyways, but I'm well. Yes, this is our first episode that we're recording remotely. So this is exciting, kind of terrifying. I feel like after a while we'll get into the swing of things.
Yeah, lots of things have changed. Like recording through this, you're living like in Egypt basically, and
Further than Egypt.
I'm working now, which is
Oh my gosh,
silly.
a whole working woman.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it's a good time, so
Yes.
we move.
Being an adult. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do you know how you know you're a real adult? When you catch and release a frog that came into your home. And I did that.
Yes.
After much
I've never had to
trauma.
do that, so I still have to
You're not
become
an
a real
adult.
adult. So true.
Okay, Danielle, do you want to tell the people what we're talking about today?
All right. So today we're talking about some of our recommendations, but specifically like podcast, YouTube, apps, Instagram page recommendations. And I've also added some TikTok pages because you don't have TikTok, but I have
Of
TikTok.
course. I don't
So-
tick the talk.
No, that sounds really sexual actually.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. So if you have TikTok, maybe you'd like that. But yeah, which one would you like to start with?
Let's start with apps. So these are
Okay.
all apps I have on my phone. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll kick us off.
You literally
Yes.
have like every single app that you have on your phone.
I wrote down all of them. I might not mention all of them, but I wrote them all down.
Okay.
So the first one I have is Shazam. For me, if you don't have Shazam, that's weird.
How do you deal?
Yes. So for those of you who don't know what Shazam is, I'm assuming like older people, maybe. Shazam is an app where if you hear a song and you're like, oh my word, what song is this? You take out your phone, you click on Shazam, and it'll tell you the song and the artist. The annoying thing is that you can't hum a song into Shazam.
I was literally just thinking that. Did you tweet that the other day? Or did you?
Yes. Well,
Okay, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really sad. But a fun fact, Danielle, do you know that Shazam launched in 2002?
On what?
So I know
Like, how is it possible to have apps?
I don't know, but I was watching One Tree Hill, and I think it was like season 4, which came out in 2006. And one of the characters had a flip phone, and she Shazammed a song. I don't know if like they
I
were
love
sponsored by
that.
Shazam, but I
Yeah.
was like, what is this? Shazamming on a flip phone. So shout out to Shazam. However you did the things, you've helped us.
You know,
enough.
nothing has more attitude than a flip phone. A flip phone. Like you get off the
I
phone, you're
know.
angry, and you just close
Put
it because you're
down.
so
I know.
angry.
I love it. Did you ever have a flip phone?
No, I only got a phone when I was 13, dude.
Oh
I
yeah,
got a
I
BlackBerry.
had a flip phone.
Yeah.
I had a blue
Cute.
Motorola.
They are, flip phones are coming back.
I saw,
Samsung
but
has
I
like a
don't-
flip phone thing.
I don't think I'll go that route. I was going to
No.
say route. We're American. I don't
Shocking.
think I'll go that
We haven't even
route.
moved there. Anyway.
No, I don't plan on it.
Okay. So the first app that I have is something that I've been using a lot recently. I've become addicted to a game called Wordscapes. It's
I know what
basically
Wordscapes is.
yeah, it's a lot of
It's
fun.
like-
Basically,
Yes.
so you get like a few letters, and then you have to make as many words as you can with it, and they all fit into these little blocks. And it's a lot of fun. Have you played Wordle, by the way?
No.
Wordle.
Everyone is playing it.
Yeah. I feel like you
It's the
probably
one-
enjoy it. I get impatient.
Oh, where do I have time for Wordle? Honestly, I haven't even done a crossword since I've been in this place that we shall not name. Shocking.
That sounds like a you problem, and it sounds like
I say
you
that,
have
but
your
I do have
priorities
days
mixed
off
up.
where I literally just sleep. So
That's
I do have
okay.
time. But I don't want to wordle.
No, it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's fine. I've done a few.
wordscapes.
Lots of fun.
Cool. Okay, then I have my news apps. I actually only have 2 that I have the apps for. I have BBC News. I don't know. I just really like what they report on, and then News 24 because it's actually the only worthwhile South African news app. I'm not like the biggest fan of News 24 all the time, but I've used others and they just weren't great. So yeah, BBC and News 24. The only thing that is annoying is that I put my notifications on just so I know if something big is happening, then I get a notification. But News 24 really has no sense of what is important and what is not. So it'll send me
I get the weirdest things, and I'm like, I don't want to see
things.
this on my phone.
And then stupid things. I'm like, I don't care what you should pack in your children's lunchbox. Like, that is not breaking news.
It's not
and
applicable
then BBC
to you
is
at
good.
all.
No,
Okay.
BBC is really good at sending like hard-hitting news, but it makes this like very dramatic sound, and it says breaking news.
Really?
And I always feel like I'm in a movie. So yes, those are my
I
news apps.
I also have News 24. I don't have any other news apps. But what really irritates me about News 24 is that everything that I possibly would want to read, it's all for subscribers. And I'm not going to pay to read my news. Thank you.
It
should be free.
Pieces.
Yeah.
It's
and like, I
very
want to read
dumb.
all of them, but I don't want to pay for that. Thank you.
That's
But
very dumb.
speaking of news, I actually find out most things on Twitter, because what I do is I follow literally every single news page except for like CNN and Fox News, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's me on Instagram.
On Twitter. Yeah. I also follow on Instagram, but like Twitter, I actually really don't like Twitter. It's really annoying and like gross.
It is annoying.
But it's really nice to get like those news.
Yeah. You can literally
know?
just go on the app and see what's happening in the world.
Yeah, one page that I'd really recommend is Reuters, which is Reuters. They're like completely independent, literally just reporting news as it is. Like, there's no bias.
Wow.
If you look up all the news sites and their bias, Reuters is literally like neutral. So it's pretty nice.
I've literally never even heard of this.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Okay, then my social media apps, if you will. I have Instagram. I spend a lot of time on Instagram. I run 4 social media Instagram accounts, so I spend a lot of time on the gram. And then I have Facebook, basically so I know when people's birthdays are. That's all. And then I only like wish them if they're like super close to me, which is,
I know.
Anyways, that's a whole other thing. And then, okay, does Pinterest count as social media?
Yeah. You can follow people and all that on Pinterest.
So I follow no one.
Me
Pinterest
neither.
is like my dream home, and like clothes I like, but I know I'll probably never wear.
Yeah.
And I'm planning my wedding, okay? I've been planning my wedding.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very relatable.
And if you want to know what engagement ring I want, like, don't ask me. Like, my Pinterest board has it, okay?
Exactly.
So, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig Pinterest. I used to spend a lot of time on it in class. I don't know why.
In high school?
Varsity? No. In varsity. You'd just be sitting on Pinterest like, this is what my life
could be. Because it's pictures, so you don't have to concentrate.
No, exactly.
So you can still pretend to listen.
Exactly. Yeah, I also have my dream home there, like wedding stuff, although a lot of it I just have because it looks pretty, and like realistically I would never be able to afford anything. Same with like
even me.
Other clothes.
I want to get married in a pandemic, because then
don't wish another pandemic on us, Sarah, honestly,
because then I don't have to feel bad for not inviting people, and I can have a small wedding and then actually have money for the rest of my life.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
You don't even have to wait for a pandemic. You can just do that because it's your wedding.
Okay, Danielle, you're not invited. Sorry, didn't make the cut.
Well, I disagree with that, but I'll accept it.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Okay.
Okay.
So, your turn or my turn? I don't know.
Your
I'll
turn.
just go next. So obviously I also have all of those social media things. I'm not going to recommend them because they've ruined my life, actually. I'm joking. But
A little bit.
a little bit. My next recommendation is an app called Forest. And this is if you struggle to get off your phone and like do a task that you have to do, download this app. Literally, you set a timer of how long you're going to be off your phone and like doing whatever activity. It can literally be anything. And Forest will grow a tree, but it's literally like a digital tree, like on the app
I think I've heard of this.
that space of time. Yeah. So like, I don't know, for someone like me who likes to see like an outcome for something I do, I'm like, oh look, there are the cute little trees, and like it motivates me to stay off my phone even though it actually doesn't do much.
If you go on your phone, then your tree will not grow.
Exactly.
And that's sad. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cute. So I would definitely recommend it if you like some sort of serotonin boost. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and then the next app, don't laugh at me, the Standard Bank app and every bank app.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you,
fair.
the fact that I can like change my limit if I need to, and that might seem like security breach sort of thing, but like if my handbag goes missing with my card, I can go on my phone and like click to block my accounts. So thank you, Standard Bank and every other bank. Goodbye.
I completely agree, and the fact that you don't have to step into the bank and stand in a line to do that is just incredible, actually.
I agree.
Okay, next up is Clue. I know you also use Clue. Yeah.
Yes.
If you are a person who gets their period, you better get a period tracking app ASAP.
Yes.
Did you hear that? That was like a rhyme.
Aren't you so cool? Yeah, I think it's good to know your cycle, know like what symptoms come with what, and then I don't know, I think at some point it'll be good, like I think for people trying to conceive. Luckily that's neither you nor I.
Yeah. Although you get like better apps for that probably. I know you can like pay for a better version of Clue, but like I really just use it to track when I get my period, because like
same, and my mood,
there's times when I there's times when I literally forget when last I had my period, and I'm like like what's happening. And also when I'm feeling really moody and I'm like, wow, am I crazy right now? I know. I'm just getting my period soon.
Even me. Yes.
It's a legit thing and I'm not offended by it.
It is. And we're going to do our famous line. We're going to do a whole episode on it.
We are.
Okay. Right. Then an app that I'm currently using for a Bible plan is called J Life Disciple. I think it's South African actually, but I just prefer it to like the reading plans on YouVersion because it's got a little bit more meat. So if you want to check that out, J Life Disciple.
Okay, cool. That's good to know, because I don't really do any Bible plans really. I tried one once on YouVersion and I was like, this is pathetic and adds nothing to my life.
Yeah, it's like a lot of them seem like children's devotion.
Yeah, it would literally just like read this verse and then they would explain what the verse means and that was it. And I was like, okay, I guess like maybe for some people that's what they like, but I do not.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, so my next app is Varsity Vibe. If you are at if you're at university, I think it counts for most South African universities. Get this app. You can pay a subscription, or if you have the Standard Bank student account, student achievers account, you get it for free. But
back in the day when I was a student.
Yes. You get discounts at so many different places. You can get it on Takealot, Cotton On, Refinery, etc. Like, and it's really good discounts as well. So if you're if you're first year especially, like money is tough. So try and save money where you can. Get varsity
Even
vibe.
if you're first year working.
Yes, money is tough.
Okay. Then I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but guys, Google Maps. I don't understand how anyone got anywhere before. I don't know what I would do. My anxiety getting anywhere without Google Maps would be
I can't even imagine
else.
using like a proper map. I can't even.
No.
Like, how must I know where it is?
Oh my gosh. And Google Maps now tells you where the speed cameras are, which is nice as well.
Yeah,
Not that I
amazing.
speed, but it's helpful to know. Yeah, I've never tried Waze, so I can't tell you much about that. I have used maps, like the Apple Maps, and I prefer Google Maps. Sorry.
Yeah, Google Maps is, I think, a bit more accurate. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I'll definitely recommend that. If you're not using Google Maps, like, tell me your ways, because like, how do you get anywhere without getting lost?
Oh my gosh, for real.
Okay, and the next one, every South African has it, I'm sure, is Eskom se push.
Yes.
And your load shedding is annoying. So not Zara, the place where you're staying, the place that must not be named, it gets lots of random outages. Is that linked to load shedding, or is that just for fun?
No. So that's just random outages.
Oh no.
Not linked to load shedding at all. It's a problem. However, it is being fixed.
Okay.
Like slowly they are sorting it out. So I think things are looking up for this particular side of the wall, this little circle of the wall. Maybe not for the rest of the province, but for us at least.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very convenient, and you can put lots
just
of
type
different
in your
zones in it as well. Amazing.
Yeah, and it's not
and it'll tell you
confusing.
exactly
you don't have to figure out. Yes, so you'll literally get a notification. So you don't have to figure out, oh, what stage am I on? Like, what day is this? Because it can get confusing. It's like very user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
definitely.
Then, if you are not listening to our podcast on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, Anchor is a great app. Great app for that. So I recommend getting the Anchor app, especially if you're listening online. A lot of people will just click on a link and then it'll take them to Anchor, but then you can't do other stuff on your phone. So just get the Anchor app if you don't have any of the other apps.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So this one is like very niche, I guess, but I mean, it's not really niche. It's actually not niche at all. If you're a person who eats out at Simply Asia a lot, get the Simply Asia app. And I say this because
I don't have
I just turned my mic a bit softer. So like, if there's a problem with the sound, that's not my fault. Anyway,
we have a producer for things like that.
Yeah. The Simply Asia app is nice because you get a lot of discounts. So at the moment they have like this 20% discount thing. So if you type in the specific code, then you get 20% off your order. And it's a lot easier to order through the app than like phoning in, and even better than Uber Eats, I'd say. Simply Asia is great.
Simply Asia. I don't have that. We don't even like have the basic like McDonald's or anyways,
really?
Middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Shocking.
But it's fine. It's all right. We move. Okay, then my next app is Dailyo. So if you listen to our mental health series, you know that I've spoken about Dailyo, and it's basically an app that allows you to track your moods. And what's nice about it is, instead of having to give a detailed explanation of your day, it literally just gives you prompts. So it like has 5 emojis, from like a sad face to like a super happy face, and you literally at the end of the day just click on the face that you felt. You don't have to give it too much thought. It'll ask you if you exercised, if you ate vegetables today, that kind of thing. So it's really, really simple. What's good is that you can keep track of your mental health, which is so important, especially if you struggle with mental illness and you see your psychiatrist like once every 6 months. You don't remember what happened like 3 weeks ago, so you could say, okay, here's the data at this point when I was on this medication, this is my moods. But also just for your own health, if you see you've gone a week feeling bleak every day, then maybe you need to check in with yourself. So yes, Dailyo.
Nice. Okay, and my last one is ExpressVPN. I don't really use it on my phone actually, but I use it on my laptop. And basically, what it does is, firstly, it can like help to protect your data, because if you put a VPN on, then it kind of like disguises your laptop or whatever. I'm not
Is this when
I'm
you
not
do
like a
dodge
tech-
stuff on the internet?
No,
When you
I'm
Google
not like
things
a
for our
tech.
podcast.
No, then I just go on incognito mode.
Ooh.
um, I'm not a tech person, so I don't know exactly how a VPN works. But like what I mostly use it for is if I'm watching something on Netflix and it's not available in South Africa, but it's available in, let's say, America or England, then I put a VPN on to be in England or in America, and then I can watch everything there.
Imagine.
It's legit. You do have to pay,
button
though.
and then I can be there. If only.
Yeah. You do have to pay to get it, but I would say, like, if you're someone who likes that kind of stuff, like, it is worth it. Yeah.
Okay, and then my last one, I think this is very important to mention. So apart from WhatsApp, because I don't understand how people text each other and paid per SMS back in the day, because I literally spam message, I would be poor.
Same.
But Spotify. I've been a Spotify user for just over 3 months now, and I was hardcore Apple Music for a long time. And guys, Spotify is so much better. The recommends
really nice.
are better. The playlists are better. You can do blends with friends, so it mixes two
Look at
types
that.
of like your music with your friends' music.
Yes.
And gives you like a playlist for that. You can do listening sessions. Now that I'm doing long distance, it's nice to listen to the same song as my bestie is listening to.
That's cute.
And we do it often. So yeah, Spotify for the win. And there's also like Spotify originals and stuff that you can't get anywhere else. And if you're into like random music, ARB music, like chances are you'll find it on Spotify and not on Apple Music. And also like you can listen to podcasts. Everything's just there in one place, and I love it.
Yeah.
So, yes. Okay, so next we're going to do Instagram pages to follow. So Danielle, kick us off.
Okay. So my first one is We Rate Dogs. It's basically they post pictures of dogs. Very
does
cute.
sound
Also follow them
wonderful.
on Twitter, and like they rate them, and they've got funny captions. And
Okay.
yeah, there's nothing more I can say. I mean, if you like dogs, you'd like the page. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so mine, I'm just going to start with a few. These are all the accounts that I personally run. And so if you're listening to this, I'll be so sad if you don't go and follow them right now. Firstly, in other words, _podcast. Guys, there's everything you need about this podcast to participate in surveys, to interact with us. Follow us on Instagram at in other words _podcast. Then, just for the support, follow my youth page at Hilton Baptist Youth. Cool.
I follow it.
Look at you go. And then my personal account, should you choose to follow me, it's not that entertaining, but I mean sometimes the content is just wonderful. It's at Zara Emma Scott. And then lastly, I have a music page. Danielle's featured on it like twice, I think. Not nearly enough.
Have I?
Yeah, we did that live that I saved. Which is like a bunch of songs. Anyways, so that is at Zess Music X. The X is a kiss. And Zess is like my initials. So yes, it's very poorly recorded songs. But yes, I love to sing. If you want to listen to me sing for fun, do that. Otherwise, don't do that.
Well, Zara, you have a mic now, so like you can make it sound a little bit better.
I know, but that seems like a lot of effort.
I'm sure Devin could tell you. Okay. My next page, and I know you also have this one. Just, I don't really know if I'm allowed to say the name.
It's Shift. Shift you should care about.
Yes, except it's not
So
Shift.
it's not Shift. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
definitely follow them.
Very good page.
Yeah. They post news things, basically like staying informed about current events. Because like even though
Yeah.
I do follow the news, I don't always necessarily keep up with everything, but they are like on it. Something happens and they
Yes.
post it.
And there's a
They,
variety from like
yeah,
entertainment all the way to politics. It is a little
exactly.
bit it's a little bit biased, but not
Yes.
it's very openly biased. It's not like trying to pretend.
No,
I think
exactly.
it's run by
It's not a
girl.
yeah. It's two girls from New Zealand.
New
I think
Zealand.
they also.
Yes.
Mhm. I listened to one of their podcasts as well, which I'll talk about later.
Yes.
But yeah, and they also post Harry Styles a lot, and like we love Harry
I was
Styles.
about to say, if you love Harry,
Yeah.
then this is the page for you.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
literally a
also
page
nice.
filled with news and then Harry Styles. I mean,
Exactly.
what more could you want?
And they're big Swifties as well, which is pretty nice. Yeah. So definitely
Cool.
follow them.
Cool. And then my next, so a lot of people follow like Christian pages. I don't really. I promise I love Jesus. But there is a page called Captured Write. So captured and then write as in like physically writing. So WRITE. And I just like it because it's like verses, but it's very aesthetically pleasing to look at and read. And
Oh, I
also,
love that.
I don't even think I want to have my own kids, but it posts baby names randomly every now and then. And I love looking through baby names. So again, two random things put together on a page, but I'm here for it. So Captured Write, shout out.
Cool. Good to know. And okay, my next one is Fight the New Drug. And I've spoken
also
about
have
this
that.
before. Oh, do you? I actually didn't see that
Yes.
one. We spoke about this a little bit on our pornography episode that we did a few months last year. My word.
Yo.
It is still a few months ago. But basically they post things about the dangers of pornography, and it's like legit research stuff as well. It's not just someone's opinion. And it's quite scary to read, but at the same time it has like a community of people who are supporting each other as they like try to get away from porn. So I would definitely
really
recommend
cool.
it.
And it's very like bite-sized things, like it's one sentence that kind of catches you. And if you want to read more, there's a website that's linked and you can read all the articles and stuff. But it's really, really good.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely.
And then the next thing I have is, okay, so these are all the news things I follow. To be honest, my Instagram page, like my feed, is basically only the news. Like, I know I sound like a loser, but like then you'll see my YouTube page is not even nearly the news. It's like super entertainment. So I follow Business Week, CNN, The Economist, The Times, The New York Times, BBC News. Then there's ENCA News, which is a South African news thing on Instagram. They post once a month. So I actually unfollowed them the other day. And I'm like, it's weird that News24 is on Twitter and not on Instagram. But anyways, each to their own. But yes, so I follow a lot of news pages.
Cool. So I've pretty much like gone through all of my pages that I follow. I follow a lot of influencers as well, though, to be honest.
Yes.
So one of my favorites is World of Wanderlust, and she basically travels everywhere and she posts stunning pictures. And I'm like, wow, must be nice. And then another influencer who I love is Kristen Johns. She's a Christian influencer and she's also had a baby last year. She's so cute.
Don't they all have babies all the time and they're so young?
I promise you, every single
that
person.
That is
I think
Christian influencer
yeah
trope.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Although like they were married for quite a while before they got pregnant. So
yes. Good for them.
But yeah, very cute. Yes. And then I follow lots of other ones. So I don't know. Come follow me at Danielle_Marais and then go and see who I follow, because I don't want to go through all of that.
I have 2 more Instagram pages. So the one, I don't know if you're going to be interested in it, but it's the only influencer I like actively follow, and her name is Lindsay Arnold. She's a dancer. You can check her out if you want. I don't know if you're going to love it. I do. And then so.informed. So
yeah, I've seen them.
It's a page with, and they basically just post infographics, and we've spoken about our thoughts on infographics. It's great and sometimes
it is what it
terrible,
is.
but they are really helpful. So dot
Yeah.
informed. And those are my
Cool.
Instagram page recommends. Also, I don't follow any like really good meme pages. I always just see it on my explore page. So if you guys have great meme pages that you recommend, then send it our way.
You know what the problem with meme pages is? I actually follow quite a few of them, but I forgot about them basically. It's that they post ads all the freaking time. So yeah. So it's really annoying. Like you'll see something funny and then the next 5 posts are just ads. Anyway, shall we move on to what? YouTube, podcast? Take your pick.
Yes. You decide. Surprise me, Danielle.
Okay, well, let's go to YouTube.
Cool.
So, I probably one of the people that I interact with the most on YouTube at the moment are like workout people, because I do YouTube workouts. So just well, Zara,
I need to get back into it.
I know.
I need to get back into it. I'm living alone. I literally have no more excuses, like at all. Like none more excuses.
Okay, well, so
such cute workout tights. Okay.
You have to.
I have to.
So some of my favorites at the moment are Caroline Gervin, Sydney Cummings, Growing Ananas, and it's like Ananas means like pineapple, but it's her name, which is Annanas.
Yes,
very
I
cute.
think I've done one of those.
Yeah, and then also Lily Sabri, and I like her Pilates workouts. So yeah, if you need some inspiration, go and follow them.
Yes. Okay, I'll do like the 2 like influency type pages that I follow and really like. So again, I spoke about Lindsay Arnold on Instagram. So the Arnold sisters have this page. They're all dancers. 3 of them like professionally, and one of them is a nurse. But they're 4 sisters, and I would recommend, if you want to binge, start at like their very first video where they introduce themselves, because only 2 of them were married, and there were no kids involved when they started their channel, and now 3 of them are married. One has a baby, 2 of them are pregnant, and it's just like, it's very cool to see the growth, and their content is just very wholesome. So I love them. And then if you are a fan of The Bachelor, the only Bachelor YouTube page I follow is Lauren and Ari's. It's just really entertaining. I'm amazed that people can parent 3 kids, a toddler and twins. Like, I just find that amazing, and I like to watch. That's and insane. Feel really glad that I'm not a parent.
Wow. Okay. The next person that I follow. Okay, wait. I'm trying to think if I should group these people together. Okay.
What is your heart telling you? Do it.
It doesn't talk. So I'll just say the one person. The one page is Abby's Kitchen, and she is a registered dietitian, if I'm not mistaken. She could be nutritionist. I can't remember those. Anyway, so basically what she does is that she kind of reacts to influencers what I eat in a day videos, and she kind of says like, this is good, this is like, this could be a bit better.
I think I would enjoy that more than what I eat in a day videos.
Yeah, it's really interesting because she is like really into intuitive eating, and like I don't always necessarily agree with everything that she says, but I like her stance on food, which is like, if you feel like you want to eat something, then eat it. You know, like if your body's if your body's craving something, like it often means that like it needs it.
But what if you're craving something you can't have?
Well, Zara, sometimes you just have to deal.
Okay.
Anyway, it's like if you're craving Simply Asia, like you just have to think about what you've done in your life to get to this point where you can't have Simply Asia and feel sorry for yourself.
Whatever.
But yeah, I like her account. Okay.
Cool. Okay, then if you are a woman, you have to be following this page. Well, if you're a guy, like, and you follow this page, you are high in my books. But it's a woman, and her name is Mama Dr. Jones, and she's a gynecologist, an OBGYN, and she's a mother of 4. And she basically just speaks about like female health. So she'll speak about like issues like abortion and stuff, but mostly it's just like, what is my vagina doing, and is this normal, is this not normal? you know, different types of contraceptives, just like really important things that you should know about, being
Your
a
body.
female and your body, specifically as a female. So
Yeah.
and it's nice to hear from
Definitely.
someone who has studied and actually knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
So
I
Mama
also
Dr.
I follow
Jones.
her. I follow her on TikTok actually, and I love her videos. Like, she's very funny and very
She is
informative.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next few people that I'll mention are all kind of like lifestyle vloggers, YouTubers, etc. So the first is Moya Mawini. I've spoken about her before. I just really enjoy her content. She used to live in Dublin and now she lives in London, I think. And just really pretty, like very aesthetic vibes. The next is Nana Florence. I've also spoken about her, like same vibe. She lives in Edinburgh and
Wow.
like she's a student,
Lovely.
so like I can relate to her quite a lot. Just really nice. The next is Leah's Field Notes, also just really beautiful videos. I just really like her energy. The next, and also Kristen Johns. Like I said, I follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube. Always, like, whenever I see one of her videos coming out, like I watch it immediately because I love it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, then there's 4 Christian channels that I want to bring up. So I am that girl that likes to watch Christian couples do their videos, but a Christian couple that I specifically really like at the moment is Tori and Chad Masters.
I also like them actually.
Yeah, they're just like very real, very down to earth. Like, I don't know, I just really, really like them. I think they speak a lot of truth, but they never come across judgmental at all. So I really enjoy their stuff. And then Nastasia Grace. So she is like airs towards the conservative side, to the fact that like I don't think she'll let her kids have Christmas presents, which is something I like very much disagree with.
Interesting.
But I still really enjoy her content, even though like there's some things I disagree with. Like, she's good at like giving TV reviews, so she can say, okay, this is what is in this TV show, which is
I feel
nice.
I feel like I've seen some of her videos before actually.
Yes, and she did like a whole series on the law of attraction, which I found like incredibly fascinating. So I enjoy her. Then Got Questions Ministries is literally just wonderful, because most of your questions about like the Bible, like why did Solomon have 1,000 wives and concubines, and how was God okay with that? So it'll like answer that for you. So, and it's like short videos, like 5-minute videos. So it's really, really nice. And then lastly, the Bible Project, phenomenal. It's basically animated videos that kind of give you a summary of certain books of the Bible. So listen, I'm a theological graduate and I use those throughout my studies. And if I'm going to start a book in the Bible now, I will go watch that video before. A little cartoon video.
Get some context.
So
yeah.
Exactly.
Cool beans. Okay, so the next 2 YouTube pages, they're kind of like fashion pages, but not in the sense of like, this is what I wear every day kind of vibes. So the first one is Mikara Tours. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's American, so it's like Mikara, I guess. I don't know.
Mikara.
She makes the most chaotic videos you'll ever see in your life. In the sense, like, she'll say, I'm going to make the dress that Zendaya wore at the Met Gala however many years ago. And
Casual.
I'm going to tell you, no, she's so talented, dude. And she is hilarious. And her videos are just so chaotic because she has like a parrot and she gives a tutorial in a way, but they're not really tutorials. But you have to watch one of her videos to understand. But they're very entertaining. And the next one is, and I think she's Polish, so I actually don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's Karolina Zabrowska, and it's Karolina with a K. And she basically does like
I think I know
fashion history. I sent you a video. She was talking about corsets.
I've watched a few of hers now. I really like her.
It's very interesting.
And I love her accent.
And yes. So if you're interested in fashion history at all, or like, she also does like movie reviews. Like fashion. What's the word I'm looking for? Like historical movie fashion review kind of vibes.
Yes.
So
makes sense.
I love that.
Cool. Okay, then Trey Kennedy. Literally just go and watch one of his videos and you'll fall in love. He's hilarious. He did like a millennial boyfriend school, like what roll call will be like in 20 years time, and like basically just makes fun of everything, like the worst kinds of people, and like bachelor parties versus bachelorette parties, and he's just genuinely hilarious. Whenever a new video is out, I've watched it. So Trey Kennedy. Yeah.
Nice. He is very funny. And okay, so these next 4 YouTube channels, they're kind of like the same person in a different font. And they like, so that's Curtis Connor, Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, and Cody Ko. And they all kind of do like reaction videos, commentary videos about so many different things. Like some of them will review like terribly horrible movies, and like Cody Ko will look at like, well, he used to this series with one of his friends called That's Cringe, and I've never laughed so hard in my life at any of those videos. But basically, I enjoy all of them. They're very funny. Kind of the same person though, but they're fun.
Cool. Okay, then NPR Music. They're the ones that post Tiny Desk concerts, and I love Tiny Desk concerts. It's basically these musicians singing in these very small spaces, and it just feels so like you feel at home, and it's
I
just
love
stunning.
it. All right, so my next YouTube recommendation is a channel called Chats and Reacts, and they are basically a big Swiftie channel. They react to like other artists as well. No, they are hilarious. They're Australian, so that makes it funny, like, first of all. And they just like break down like different songs. So like they've reacted to a bunch of Taylor Swift's albums. I think they also reacted to Olivia Rodrigo's album, and yeah, I just really like the insights on the different songs and the meanings of the lyrics and all that. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool. I have my last one. He's also a Christian, but it's also a podcast, but it's only available on YouTube. Anyways, his name is Justin Koo, and his channel and his podcast is called I'm Listening with Justin Koo. Honestly, I can't recommend it enough. He is a Christian, but he sits down and has interviews about controversial topics like abortion and Black Lives Matter and LGBTQIA+. And he basically, it's a podcast where he sits and he listens. Yeah. And I
like everything that you've ever sent me from him.
Yeah, he's just like, he comes across just so like lovingly, and he asks like difficult questions, especially questions that we as Christians struggle with, but in a way that's just so like gentle. And also he just has chosen such great guests that just speak honestly and openly, and the fact that people can have a dialogue without there being argument or contention is very attractive to me. So Justin Koo. And
I think I'm actually done with my YouTube.
And he responds to all of my DMs, which is so nice.
Really? That's really cute. I love that.
I know. Okay, and then some people did send in their favorite YouTubers. We asked on our stories, so I'm just going to read them. These people I don't know, so you can still check out the pages though. So we have Callie Holden, Linus Tech Tips.
I've heard of Linus Tech Tips.
Engineering Explained. Okay, and then Miss Remy Ashton, Aaron Rutherford, My Pam.
Fam, probably.
My Fam. MAIPHAM. That's hilarious, Sarah. And then Alicia Marie. And then Ava Jules. The Health Code. And Sarah's Day. I've seen Sarah's Day.
I've heard of Sarah's Day.
She's lovely.
Very aesthetic.
Yes.
Cool. So moving on to podcasts.
Yes. Surprisingly, we don't have too many, even though we have a podcast.
No.
Because why would you want to listen to anything other than us?
No, exactly. But I get like fixated on certain podcasts, so I'll go through stages where I literally only want to listen to them.
Same.
And for me, for the past while, it's been the What We Said podcast, because they just have so many episodes. I listen to them all the time.
Is that the one with the two goals?
Yeah. And
Okay, I
their
think
Instagram
you've-
feed is perfect, like literally perfect.
And they always wear blue and pink or something like that. Okay, yes. Got it.
But I really, really enjoy like all the episodes. They're very funny. They are very well spoken. When I listen to some of the things I say back, I'm like,
Even me,
and I have a podcast.
Even me, girl.
Yeah, but I definitely recommend them. They definitely cater to like a female audience more, but they also have male listeners, I think. And yeah, I love them.
Cool. Then the Office Ladies or Office Ladies podcast.
Yes.
So basically, it's a podcast with Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, and basically it's about The Office. So the show The Office, which I'm obsessed with. So they review and talk about every episode. So yes, I literally watch a 20-minute episode of The Office and then listen to an hour podcast on that episode. But it's so entertaining. They talk about like
they're so good.
The most fascinating things. 2 fun facts I learned in the last week. Number 1, some people go on uni honeymoons, which means they go on honeymoons by themselves, not with their spouse. And another thing is that I found out that Idris Elba DJ'd Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's wedding. So these are the kind of fun facts you're going to be learning along the way.
That is very entertaining.
I love it.
Yeah, I love their podcast as well. And I love The Office anyway.
I love
So the next one is called, I think it's called Growing with the Flow. I didn't actually like bother to check if this is actually what it's called, but I'm pretty sure that's the name, Growing with the Flow.
Yes.
And this is the podcast is run by Nana Florence, who I mentioned earlier. I enjoy her YouTube channels, and she started a podcast last year, I think. It kind of reminds me a bit of like our podcast in the sense that we do quite similar topics. Yeah. Like there's like personal things, but then also like deeper issues.
Yeah.
And yeah, she has a very, very relaxing voice. Like it's a very cozy kind of podcast, if you know what I mean.
Lovely.
So I love it. And she's British, so her accent is nice to listen to.
That's perfect. Okay, then podcast, it's called Mornings with the Masters. So again, Tori and Chad Masters. What's nice is these are like 8-minute podcasts. And they're basically just morning devotionals. So when I wake up, first thing I do when I make my coffee or my breakfast is I just listen to the podcast. It's not anything super in-depth, scripture hectic, but it's just a nice way to start the morning, especially because I don't do my quiet times in the morning. I do them in the evening. So just to start the morning with an 8-minute podcast about Jesus, like kind of gets me in the right mindset. So
that's lovely.
Mornings with the Masters. Yeah.
The next one, which I've recently started to listen to, is the Bare Marriage podcast with Sheila Gregoire. And
I've wanted to, but I was like, should I wait until I'm married or not?
No.
Okay.
No. It's not necessarily like
married couples.
No, not at all. Like they break down a lot of the harmful teachings that the church speaks about, like with marriage.
Yes.
So like she's spoken about, you know, purity culture,
I've listened to the one.
Yeah.
I think
like
you found
culture.
them through Justin Koo.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And I also have her book, which I still need to read properly because I've gotten distracted.
And I want it, but now I've moved. So
yeah,
too bad.
Too bad, so sad. So yeah, I find it really interesting. And they dive into scripture properly, like what does the Bible actually say, like not just our interpretations of it, like literally going back to the original language essentially, and like why did it say that, like why is it written like that? And like she also gets her daughter on every now and then, and like her daughter is really into research. Really into research, so she knows what she's talking about. So I would definitely recommend.
Nice. Okay, then the next one is Work Life with Adam Grant. So this is basically, it's not even a business podcast. It's more just like work ethic. So he speaks about like how to take criticism and how to avoid procrastination and stuff. And it's just like very interesting. So I would recommend that. You have to be in a specific mindset to listen to it. But a Work Life with Adam Grant is good.
And my last one, and I actually don't listen to them that much, but I've enjoyed everything that I have listened to, is the Culture Vulture podcast. And this is a podcast by the Shift You Should Care About group. Yes. Basically, they talk about anything that's relevant at the moment. And I find that a lot of fun. And they're also quite
Yes. And
decently
relevant.
lengthed. Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Do you have any more?
I have 2 more. The one is Work in Progress by Sophia Bush. And I love Sophia Bush. But yeah, what she does is every episode she interviews someone like fascinating. So some like a political figure or a celebrity or just like different people about what their field of expertise is in, and it's just fascinating. And basically the premise of it is we are all still a work in progress, so what am I wanting to do with my life, and where am I going, sort of thing. So it's really, really good. And then the last one is I really enjoyed the Michelle Obama podcast. I think it was only like 6 episodes, and it's her talking really about her life, really. I will say now, having read her book, it's very similar. So a lot of what I read in the book I'd already heard in the podcast, but it's still like I love her, so I really enjoy it.
It's nice to hear her talk.
Podcast. Yes.
Yeah. And then
the best podcast ever is In Other Words.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing if you're not listening to us. I don't know how you're hearing this, actually. You should think about that. I'm just going to run through some of my favorite TikTok pages.
Cool.
Very quickly. The first one is JC Marie Smith, and she's one of the girls from the What We Said podcast, and she is so funny on TikTok, genuinely hilarious. Second one is Hank Green. He is John Green's brother. You know John Green, who wrote all Fault in Our Stars. Yeah. Yes. Well, Hank Green's also an author, but he knows everything. People ask him about literally anything, and he will tell you. And he
he's like your
researches
dad.
Things. Yeah. And then the next one is This Is The Take, and I think they're also a YouTube channel, but I don't follow them on YouTube, and they basically break down movie tropes.
Yes, I have seen them on YouTube.
The next one is Justine Snacks, and she cooks food, very cool food, and doable for the average person. And then also food related is Jeremy Sheck. I think, and it's Sheck spelled like Scheck. He's very funny and also cooks really nice food. Also food related is the Korean Vegan, and what I love about her is that she will record a cooking video of a certain Korean recipe, but obviously veganized, and at the same time she will tell a story from her childhood, and it's just so lovely. Yeah. And then I think I have 2 more, and these are just skincare accounts, really. The one is Charlotte Parler, and I think she's an esthetician, and she also has a skincare brand. And what I love about her is that she kind of looks at skincare myths and fears that people have about certain ingredients. She just says this is valid or this isn't. And yeah, I really like her. And then the last one is the Denver Skin Doc, and he's a dermatologist, and he also just speaks about certain ingredients and products. Yeah. Cool. And I spend most of my time on TikTok, so
yeah, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I noticed a lot.
Anyways. So do I, actually.
Okay, then there are 3 podcasts that you guys mentioned on Instagram to us. The one is the Becoming Something podcast, the Whoa That's Good podcast, and Pretty Basic podcast. So I'm actually going to check all 3 of those out, because it's nice to listen to podcasts. And you do not check a single one of those podcasts out until you've listened to every single one of our episodes.
Exactly.
Danielle, we made it through our first remote episode. Guys, it was a mission,
to be honest.
We're not even going to pretend that this is not a challenge. And I'm starving, and I'm going home now, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm having leftovers. I'm having that wrap.
Nice.
Wrap with the lentils and the basil pesto and the feta and the butternut. Oh, so good. So
I'm glad that you're eating.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Glad that you're not starving. Yeah.
Me too. I'll keep you updated on
that, though. I'm glad that we have found a way to record still. Love you too.
You and me. Yes, shout out, guys. We're only recording because the freaking Murray family plus Devon bought me a mic to record from here. So shout out to them. They should be blessed. Favor.
Thank you.
Go
Hashtag
Murrays.
blessed. Cool. Well,
Okay,
thanks
guys.
everyone for listening. We hope that you enjoyed
hope
it and that
that-
you go check everything
yes.
out.
And let
But
us know
mostly our
what you
podcast.
think of these apps. Yes. Key. Okay. We'll
Okay.
see you guys. Not really see you, but we'll catch you next time.
Yes.
Bye.